Deadwax. What's going on, everybody? Wait, no, I hate that. I have my clever little lines, so I don't want to like say everybody.
Scooby Doo in a bottle of shampoo. You do.
I love that. Scooby Doo in a bottle of shampoo. Okay, I love it. So we're gonna start from there, and I'm just gonna say, "What's going on, all you Scooby Doos in a bottle of shampoos?" Okay, sick. There we go. And welcome to the Deadwax Show. Y'all better get out of the groove and get into the Deadwax. I am Waffles, also known as Chicken and Waffles Forever, and I am joined today by my older brother, one of my best friends, one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life, the Stooge. Stooge, how are you today?
You know, if I was going to be honest with you, the whole thing of this episode vibe would be different. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. In fact, a little while ago, I made brownies, and so my apartment smells just fantastic.
Are we like special brownies or
cosmic brownies? No.
cosmic brownies?
Fun fact. Our good friend Ryan, he got me the most amazing Christmas present in the world. I am one of those that fights the war on brownies. That I prefer the edges of brownies. I don't like the center brownies. Like, they're fine, but give me the chew, give me the crunch, give me some matter to gnarl upon. And so he got me one of those pans where it makes all edges brownies. And it is the greatest gift I've maybe ever received. I've used it a lot because I just love brownie edges. They're so good.
If I were going to guess, I would guess you're an edge brownie kind of guy. So,
what do you mean by that? Like, that sounds like it's got like some spike behind it, some snideness.
I mean, it's just, clearly the center brownie is the superior brownie. They've done scientific research on this. And, the edge brownie with the crunch.
Yeah. Sure.
And I don't think a crunch, I don't know if that's something you want with your brownie,
You know how we have this ongoing joke that every episode we have one community that will unfollow us? We've just lost the brownie community.
Well, we represent both sides, though. I don't know.
That's what I mean is that the brownie community, they have to be decided upon, and we represent two very fought upon sides because the edges are just better.
Well, there's one way to solve this debate, and it'll lead us into the next topic as well. We will have to post another poll on our Instagram page.
We'll have to post another poll
at Deadwax Show.
Okay.
And say, which do you prefer?
Yeah.
The edge of the brownie, or do you prefer like a middle brownie with no edges? That's just gooey and yummy.
Leave it up to the followers. Tell you what, leave it up to the followers, and then the next time you and I get together, we'll eat whatever type of brownie they tell us to eat.
Oh man,
that's right. You gonna love those edges.
Well, as long as I don't have to make them, I'm always down for brownies.
Okay, so I'll make them. I love brownies. Brownies are great.
They are.
Okay, I'll take brownies over cookies any day.
Just a story into my a glimpse into my childhood. One of the reasons I'm so fat is because I used to make brownies all the time, like from scratch. Like, my mom taught me the recipe.
Yeah.
And it's not like people were coming over or my mom asked me to do it. I would just make myself like a plate of brownies.
You are preaching to the choir.
Not that I would sit there and eat the whole pan, but I made it, and there was usually no one else around, so I had as much as I wanted until
exactly
until I was about to hit type 2, and then I would put them down or something.
Till the type 2 almost came in.
Yeah. So
great.
But
brownies rule. But you're right; they're not like good for you or anything.
Sugar is definitely my drug. So, anyways,
same.
Yeah.
We should get high together then. Totally. That's the sound clip we're gonna use.
Yep.
So if our very kind 2 fans will remember, last week we had a discussion on the best 90s alternative bands. Before we reveal some things, did you get any people telling you about the bands we forgot to talk about? Because I got a bunch of people that were like, why on earth didn't you bring up this band or that band?
No one likes me like they like you. So
Oh,
they're just
shut
like,
up.
we don't care about Stooge.
I think it's
We'll
that
just
they
go to-
like you
we'll
more
just go
than
to
me, and they
Waffles.
just think I'm wrong. Our buddy
No,
Ray brought up the
not
band My Bloody Valentine, and I was like, gosh dang it, that was a good one I should have thought of. Oh,
My
well.
Bloody Valentine for 90s alternative.
They invented shoegaze.
What is shoot? Oh, like a genre? Is
Yeah.
that a genre?
Okay, well, I guess they weren't important then.
No.
And he
I
brought up
couldn't
somebody
name you.
else. Gosh
I
dang
couldn't
it,
name you one My Bloody Valentine song.
That's okay. There was one other he brought up
Okay.
that I was like, gosh dang it, that would have been a great one, Ray. It wasn't Radiohead. It was something like that. But yeah, there was like a bunch of people we
Something
forgot
like
to talk about.
Radiohead.
Yeah. Anyway, so last week we talked about the best 90s alternative bands. And what we did is we said what would be our Mount Rushmore, as in the top 4 90s alternative bands. Stooge.
Yeah, so it just like, I don't know if it's so much the best or our favorite, but just, what 4 groups encapsulated, defined that genre. And we came up with lists and we narrowed it down. What we did is we added Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and No Doubt. And then it came down to a split between 2 bands, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Green Day. We couldn't determine who we felt, so we left it up to the followers, to the listeners to decide. We put up a poll on Instagram, and we have a winner.
And I don't actually know who this is. I didn't see the results of the poll, so this will be a very genuine reaction.
Okay, so are you ready? Are you ready for these results? Are you going to give me a drum roll?
You better give it away now.
Don't do the air. There you go. Yeah, pat those legs harder. I need harder. And the 4th band on the Deadwax Mount Rushmore is, for 90s alternative,
it's Green Day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
I am pretty surprised. Well, there you go.
I saw you.
I'm fine with this personally, but
I saw you in the poll try to skew the results 2 times with 2 votes. I don't worry. I voted twice as well to offset your results. Yes, but still, regardless, yeah, we have people thought that Green Day belonged on it more than, or I shouldn't say people, those who listen and follow our show,
yeah,
those who came across the poll. I shouldn't even say they're listeners, but
you never know.
So yeah, there you have it. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, No Doubt, and Green Day. And to be honest, the Mount Rushmore went a lot more punk ska than I thought it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a ton of like radio grunge stuff compared to punk and ska. Yeah. Oh well, like I'm fine with that.
So I'm not gonna argue with it either. Clearly more people felt that way. So
absolutely. That was a fun topic. We should do it again with some other genre. Thing. Yeah.
Like hip hop, because you're
totally,
because you're so well versed in.
Exactly. Yeah. I think my probably favorite hip hop artist is Iggy Azalea. And I think that she should be on the Mount Rushmore. That Definitely. Or Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the same person. So but yeah, that was a fascinating result that Green Day took over Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I was equally perplexed, but once again, I'm not disappointed or upset or anything like that. I mean, I still
justice for the Chili Peppers is what you're saying.
I mean, Under the Bridge, I still understand how Under the Bridge.
Yep.
Anyways.
It's where I drew some blood. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be more concerned.
I'll be honest. If you're gonna make like anyway, don't worry about it. A top 5 list of 90s alternative songs, I feel like Under the Bridge is definitely on that list. But
yeah,
along with Smells Like Teen Spirit and a few others. Anyways,
and Basket Case by Green Day.
No way, dude. Spiderwebs is on there before Basket Case.
Whoa, calm down now. All right, everybody, so we've got our Mount Rushmore figured out, but if you have an idea for another genre or time period you want us to tackle, let us know in the comments.
Where are the comments? Are they on on this side, that side?
I don't
below,
know.
Up?
Let us know in the comments. Will you let us know in the comments what we should do? I'm smoking more water.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we wanted to talk about on the Deadwax show here on this day, something in vinyl collecting that Stooge and I have talked about just in personal conversations, that we felt like differently about when we started collecting, there's an attitude toward. But we're going to come to some common ground on that today. And that is 45s or 7 inches or single records. For those who are not aware, a 7-inch is literally a 7-inch record that usually has one song on each side. If it's like a faster type of music, you can get like 2 or 3 songs on each side. But 7 inches were created for radios to be able to play one song at a time. Also for jukeboxes. And fun fact, I learned for this, Stooge. The reason that most popular songs are 3 minutes long in the modern day is because that's as much music as you used to be able to fit on a 45. So when they would record the music, they would say it's got to be like 3 minutes because that's all we can do. So, fun fact, that's why most songs are 3 minutes now.
3 minutes. Here you go.
Exactly.
Here's a good example.
There's a great example. That's the old style of 45 that needed an adapter with it. They still make those. I'm not saying it's like gone.
Yes, these are the ones I find more traditional with the bigger hole where you need an adapter.
Exactly.
So you can see through. I see you.
And you're used to a bigger hole, so that
wow.
Yeah,
definitely.
But then a lot of them also have just regular sized holes.
Are those the holes you prefer, Chris?
Yeah. I just look for regular sized holes. We are 12 years old. All of the stupid jokes we laugh about on this dumb podcast are all the like dumbest things. Anyway,
you're the one that breaks when someone mentions the word hole.
I know, it's funny. So what we're going to talk about today is just a few questions about 75s, about 45s and 7 inches, and how we got into them. Stooge, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's dive into these holes.
We're going to need an adapter.
Definitely, especially for the bigger ones.
Yep. Okay, so Stooge, you mentioned not super long ago that it took you sort of a while to get into 7 inches compared to LPs.
Mm-hmm.
Explain why.
There's a couple of reasons. The first one being that I'm a little intimidated by 7 inches, if I'm being honest. So, there's that insecurity about me. But honestly, 7 inches, when I first started collecting, I had an LP, Audio-Technica LP60.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I think there were adjustments that you could make on that turntable, it's an auto start. So like I put the record on, I push start, and the tone arm goes up by itself, it goes over and it drops, and that was great. I loved that about that. But I didn't know how to do it for a 7 inches because it's gonna have to go over a little bit more.
Yep.
To make it onto the surface. So that was one of the main reasons I stayed away from singles. Like, I don't even know if I'm able to play these because I would be afraid to move the tone arm on my own too much without maybe damaging something, which I don't know. But that was one of the main reasons. It's like I had a kind of a more basic player. And not to say that LP60 is basic. It's a great turntable.
It's a fantastic turntable.
Especially if you're like just looking to get into the hobby, it's like I've got like, some handful of records and let's see where this goes. Recommend LP60s. They're great. So that was one reason. Another reason is it's already enough to flip the record every 4 or 5 songs, not to have to do it after every song. So that was another reason. It's like, I really don't want to sink into that, So, and to begin with, I'm still only a little over 3 years into this hobby, and I was collecting the records that I wanted first, like the full length albums, soundtracks, LPs, whatever you want to call them. So I was on the hunt for those because I feel like those are more desirable than having a single. Like there are definitely some singles out there that are really desirable, but in general, for me in the beginning, I was just looking for full, 12-inch LPs. So those were kind of the main reasons. That I shied away from 7-inch singles when I began. How about yourself?
Well, when I very first started, like my parents gave me my very first record player when I was in high school, and they gave me an LP and a single. So I've had singles the entire time I've been collecting. And back in like 2010 is when I started collecting. Back in the day, singles were huge for like indie and alternative rock and stuff. So at Record Store Day, you would easily get 5 or 6 singles because lots of cool stuff was coming out. I remember especially I remember
Especially.
especially the one time at the record store. I remember especially one record store day. Bands like Death Cab for Cutie, The Joy Formidable, Polyphonic Spree, Circa Survive. They all had like 7 inches come out on the same record store day, and it was one of those like you ran in and you grabbed as much as you could, and you broke glass and you threw a grandma down on the floor because you needed those records. Yeah,
and you stabbed a guy.
You stabbed a guy. You know, you disemboweled somebody. Emboweled means that you put his guts back in him. But anyway, so I've always been into singles. I think they're cool. I still to this day buy singles because they're really fun. Like you said, there are downsides. You have to flip them. But then here's the question: what made you get into it then? If you didn't want to get out of it for so long.
So a couple of things. Like once again, now that it's been a couple of years into collecting, I've got a lot of the stuff. I went overboard. I went way overboard. And I've gotten a lot of the stuff I wanted to get, like I was late to the game. There's stuff that was pressed, like 10 years ago. It's like, oh, I want that. Like there's all these things I'm trying to get that I really want. But now that I've kind of gotten a lot of what I do want, and I'm trying to like kind of pump the brakes a little bit on how much I do spend, a single is kind of a new venue of record collecting that I'm exploring. That's, something new, and singles, generally speaking, are less expensive than a full LP. Yeah, it depends what it is and all that. But generally speaking, they're less expensive. And then also, they make some really cool. They can do some really fun things with singles that I really like.
Absolutely.
And there's sometimes something will be made by an artist or somebody that maybe aren't a musician, aren't going to make a full LP. But they have a single, and it's on a, you can get it on a little 7-inch record. And I have something I can show you just to show that example. So there's little cool things. For my favorite bands, my top 10 favorite bands, I basically have every album now on vinyl that my top 10 have put out.
Yeah.
So now it's like, what's next for that? Just waiting for the next thing. And like, I got different variants and all that jazz. Singles is another cool way to kind of continue to collect stuff on vinyl that's been put out by your favorite artist.
Absolutely.
And you got, people like Third Man. I love Jack White. I love the White Stripes. Third Man puts out, colored variant singles, and that's something cool to have as well. So it's just a new avenue to explore that, recently, like last year at the beginning of 2021, I probably had 2 singles.
Yeah.
And now I have enough to necessitate a case for my singles.
Ooh, so the case.
Yeah, it's going quite a bit. And I can even show you here.
Yes, please do.
My cool case. So right here, nice leather bound.
The case.
Well, my singles are moving around. Can you see the logo there?
Is that the Third Man logo?
That is the Third Man logo.
Heck yeah, man. I love it.
You can't see me.
That picture is so funny. Just you right there. Yeah.
I'm the garbage. Give me a garbage.
I'm the trash man. I come out and I throw trash everywhere.
One of the best episodes.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, because it's a wrestling episode and It's Always Sunny. That's your two that's your 2 things. Yeah.
And garbage bin,
and garbage, exactly. That'll be our preview for this episode. Is just us doing that noise. So this is a great segue. What is your very first 7-inch that you purchased for your collection?
The very first 7-inch I ever purchased. I think I might have shown it on the show already before.
Okay.
But everyone knows I'm a huge Czarface fan. And what's really cool that Czarface does with most of his singles is he also creates a comic book for it.
Yes.
So, like here, I'll take this out of the plastic real quick. So instead of just getting a little single, a 45, you get a really cool little comic book.
That's so sick.
That you can read.
Yeah.
While you're.
That's way cool.
Listening to the single, which is right here in the back.
Nice.
So, the paper is a little frumpy, but yeah, there it is.
I love that. More people need to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it's way cool. So, anyways, yeah.
That's a level of creativity that not many people get to.
Yeah, like something like this that Czarface puts out. He doesn't put out a lot. So I had to get this. There was another one he did like this. I put it in my want list I want to say over a year ago, and it was like $20 going. I'm like, I'll put it off. Once again, it's a single. I don't want to spend $20 on a single. Well, now that thing goes for like $80. So it's
Yikes.
like, now I
That's
definitely
the
don't want to pay $80 for a
Yeah.
single. So
That's the freaking worst.
that could be one of my in search ups that we'll
There
come
you
back to
go.
later. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Love it.
so this is the first one I ever bought. And once again, it's mostly because I'm a huge Czarface fan, but also, like I said, it's got a really cool extra. Most singles aren't like this. So
Yeah, factual.
this
None
is
of
one
mine
of
are
my
like
cool
that. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the first one I got. How about you?
The first one I got, you'll actually love. It is "Taken for a Fool" by The Strokes.
Oh, nice.
It is
Dude,
them.
that one. That's probably.
It is a pretty rare one.
Yeah.
And what's funny is this is just the one my parents got me for Christmas. They just went to the record store. They knew that I liked The Strokes, and they got this. And my first album was a Death Cab for Cutie album. But this is their song "Taken for a Fool," and then on the B side, it's when they sang "Taken for a Fool" at Madison Square Garden with Elvis Costello. So it's like a really bomb live recording as well. But anyway, I've played this I don't know how many times. It's a great song, and it's just a super fantastic 45 as well. The Strokes just rule.
So I finally found something I would steal from you. I would definitely steal that from you.
There you go. Thank you.
You can see here, I'm in my want list right now.
Whoa, everybody. He's in the want list.
And it's right now the lowest priced one is $41, and that's probably an international, so it's probably like $20 for
it's probably $75. Yeah.
So that's a really cool one. I'm jealous of that. I definitely
Yeah, man. I
have to watch out when I come over. I'll definitely be trying to steal it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next time you come over to use my bathroom.
Yeah, just a fair warning. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's your first one. Any other like super cool ones you want to show off to the game?
Yeah. I'll show off another one. We just actually got this. You and I got together the other day.
Yep.
I don't know if this necessarily counts, but another cool
does.
thing to do with lots of singles, because the record's just generally smaller, you can make the vinyl or whatever you want to call it bigger and in different shapes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So we just got, let me flip it around. We just got this one. It's the safety dance.
It's the best.
So it's men without hats, and it's got the safety dance on it, and it's just a cool shape. Like, you actually put this on the record player and you play it.
That's so cool.
I've seen other shapes that are like in the shape of hearts. I've seen all sorts of weird things.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I got right there. It's two people dancing.
That is,
it's like cut out all weird. You can see my finger going around it. I don't know if that's sensual, but the hole's not big enough.
They don't feel very safe anymore. They don't feel safe anymore. You've destroyed the safety.
We just lost some followers. I'm sorry.
Have you played that one yet?
Yeah, works too.
Does it play
yeah,
fine?
it's a picture. Because it's a picture, you might think it doesn't work that well, and it's from the 80s. This was pressed in 82. No, it plays just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the joke. How many minutes are we in? About 25 minutes in?
Yikes. That was bad too. That wasn't a quick little, that was like something in my throat. Stooge and I were at a record store just a couple days ago. At Lavender Vinyl in Ogden,
Utah.
And we saw that and like burst out laughing because it's just the most ridiculous thing in the world. And I'm really glad you snagged it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because you're the one that found it, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, look at this!" I'm like, "Dude, buy it." You're like, "I don't know. I'm trying to save money." I'm like, "Then I'm gonna buy it."
Yep. I have a few shaped ones. I should have pulled those out. Dang it.
Yeah, why didn't you?
I don't know.
Do you want me to?
I can.
Yeah, go grab them. We can just edit this part out.
Okay, sick.
Or I can make fart noises while Chris is gone. So everyone, Chris is wearing like super shiny pants. I don't know if you saw that.
I swear I'm hurrying.
Yeah. Hurry up, buddy. He can't hear me. So in the comments, make sure to say something about his funny pants.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All
right. All right. Good job.
So I have one that is technically a 10-inch, but it's shaped, so it fits the vibe.
Okay.
But this was one of my very first record store finds, and this is Everybody Talks from Neon Trees.
It's a heart,
and it is a heart.
There you go. See.
Yep. That one's really, really cool. Whatever happened to the Neon Trees, no one will ever know. But
Neon Trees, I think they're still going, to be honest.
I think they are, but I don't think anyone cares. But yeah, that's a good one. This one is in the shape of a star. This is by Stick to Your Guns.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is a really good one. This is like an acoustic. That's why there's a little guitar. Little acoustic EP Stick to Your Guns did. And then this one is a 10-inch, so it may not count. But this is by Ice Nine Kills. It's a saw blade.
Oh yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah. These are actually super sharp, as I have learned. But yeah, like with 10 inches, I'm sorry, with 7 inches, there's like stuff you can do that. Oh my gosh. Oh, and what's so funny is I'm not doing anything to choke. I just choke. Anyway, with 7 inches, there's so much more like possibility for creative stuff like that Men Without Hats one that you don't really get with 12 inches, because on 12 inches you're trying to fit as much music as you can on there. So yeah, it's a different game for sure.
Totally. Yeah, those are cool. I'm glad you grabbed those.
Yeah, me too. Those are sick. I didn't even think about those. That's funny. Any other cool ones you want to show off? A little show and tell. I can show more of mine if you want to keep looking.
I mean, I can't remember what our other categories were, so I'd hate to jump the gun.
Well, none of them are about showing off your records. The other ones are just questions.
Okay, I got a few cool ones. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to share this one that I got. It's a let me flip it over that way. That might be better.
Oh, is that Mario?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the Mario one?
Yeah, this is the Mario one.
Yeah, dude.
So here, let me take it out. If I get it out of the plastic, jeez Louise, it's like stuck in there.
Plastic look tight.
It's tight.
It's awful tight.
So it's like the NES. It's the Mario Bros. NES single, and it comes in this cool case. You know, it comes out of there like it would on an old NES thing, and it looks like the old cartridge and everything.
That is so cool.
And what's really cool about it is it's a picture disc, and it's got which way is Mario going? There he is.
There he is.
So when you spin it, all these little things on the outer sides, like they'll spin with it, and it looks like, you know, Mario's jumping, and it looks like there's one of those little beaked mushroom things after him or whatever they are.
Yeah. That is so sick.
Cool.
What's that called when an image spins and it moves? Was that duck
motion picture? I don't know.
No, there's like it's not like dictaphone, but it's something like that. Like
What'd you say?
A dictaphone? Oh, yikes. That sounds bad. Yeah.
That's so bad.
We've gone through every inappropriate topic in this episode already. We've gone through differently sized holes and dictaphones. That Duck Hunt site was cool too.
Yeah. So it's got the Duck Hunt on that side as well. It's on the other side is the Duck Hunt song. So that's one of my really cool ones.
That's rad.
What's one of yours? While I'm putting this one away, you share.
I have a bunch, so get ready for me to get really excited.
Okay.
One of my first ones is Fashion Statements of the Socially Aware by See You Space Cowboy. This is one of their first demos. Super rare. And I got this off of like a Facebook group I'm in that does
nice.
And yeah, just these are not easy to find. So I was very, very excited when I got this one. Also, just for those who know much about See You Space Cowboy, this is where we get songs like Soap Opera Stardom is a Single Teardrop Away. Great demo.
Great.
I also have the No Time to Die single from Billie Eilish.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of this song. I thought it was one of the better Bond songs of the modern day. Which that's from the most recent Black Friday record store day.
Yeah.
I have a Wrist Meet Razor one that is an alternative cover. This is, I gotta pull this out. So you have the alternative cover and it's hand numbered 12 out of 100. And then this was their single Take Your Shot, Fun Boy, and also their cover of Black Planet by Sisters of Mercy.
Black Planet.
It's a great song. Black Planet is an amazing song, and the Sisters of Mercy are one of the most underrated bands of all time. And then another one I'm really stoked on is this one that I just got in last week, Painting Words into Lines by Koyo. And this one is on a really pretty variant. Let me pull this one out. It's
How
like
pretty is it?
green smoky.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. And
It's
Koyo
like
is
ooze.
just, it's oozing. It's oozing out of its sides. Koyo is a fantastic band. If anybody needs a new band to listen to, they're like emo hardcore. So 10 out of 10 would recommend.
So
What other
like
ones have you
sad?
got?
Are they like crying while they're yelling?
They're sad about how angry they are, and they're angry about how sad they are.
All right. Well, another cool one I got that I like. This is kind of my nerdy side showing. Got this one that Third Man did.
Carl Sagan.
I don't know if anyone's familiar with Carl Sagan, but he's like one of the great science minds of last century. Anyways,
Absolutely.
it's just kind of there's like music put to some of his words or something on this.
That's cool.
So that's kind of a cool one I like because I'm kind of a space and science nerd. I'm not smart enough to do that stuff, but I do find it fascinating.
You don't have to be smart to be a nerd about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess not. Um,
He did not believe me, everybody.
Here we go. We got a Simpsons one.
Heck yeah.
Deep, Deep Trouble.
I love that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, this was made in 1990. It's old.
Whoa, ancient.
Yeah, so that's a cool one. Love The Simpsons. Got to have that.
Yes, you do.
I've got this one by Conan O'Brien.
Oh my gosh. And you got that recently, right?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien, he looks so young here too, which is so weird.
Yes, he does. I was thinking that exact same thing.
So I think they upped the contrast. Looks like he's even wearing an earring. No, wait, no, that's never mind. That's paper.
I know Conan has his ears pierced. Oh wait.
So yeah, he did. When he got kicked off of NBC, he went on tour and then did some stuff with Jack White as well. And this was pressed at. It's a Conan O'Brien interview. I don't know what's on the other side. Maybe it's just a continuation. No, and They Call Me Mad, which I guess is a single he made. But yeah, Conan O'Brien's not a music artist. This is a kind of a one-off thing, which is what I was talking about earlier. It's like this is the only way I can get Conan on vinyl, and so that's
absolutely
cool.
Yep.
So, and then two more. I'll be quick. I love Rage Against the Machine, I've been getting some Rage singles lately. No Shelter, their single from
heck yeah,
the Godzilla soundtrack. Did you know the Godzilla soundtrack is surprisingly expensive on vinyl?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this. Because the Godzilla, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah,
the Godzilla soundtrack slapped. There's a ton of cool songs on there.
I mean, they got Rage Against the Machine on there.
Yep.
So that was really
way cool
to get that one. And then also The Ghost of Tom Joad.
Oh, nice.
It's another one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs, and it's hard to see, but it's actually a purple.
Man, just about all of yours are big holes. I don't know how else to say it.
I like the big holes, Chris.
It's all making sense now. Yeah, for sure.
So, and I know I didn't show any of them, but I probably got, I don't know, like 20 to 25 singles now. Wow. And half of them are the White Stripes. I didn't show any of them.
The White Stripes have always put out White
Stripes. White Stripes. They're just, I got so many of the White Stripes. I could go on all day. So
I recognize the style one it was a record store day one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. I tried to get it. They didn't have it that year. I'm scarred. That was easy 10 years ago. That's crazy.
So, but yeah, I also just want to show my case again from Third Man. Man, those things are shifting.
The inside's cool.
Yeah, it's like all yellow on the inside.
Yeah.
It's leather, like nice leather. And it was only $40 off of I mean, I guess just to be careful saying only 40, but it was $40 off $40 Third Man, which honestly for a record singles case is not bad. It's like reasonable, especially for
that's on the lower end.
A decent one from Third Man.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with this. They got a couple of different, and we're not being paid by Third Man, even though Third Man, what's up?
Yet.
Third Man, what's up?
We haven't been paid yet. Third Man really is a fantastic company with great morals.
Yes. And great musicians. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one. They got different styles. Go check them out.
Love it.
Use code word hole and you'll get
oh my gosh. Use code word big hole and you get 7% off your order. I've got 3 more I want to show up.
All right.
These are all splits. So if you don't know, a split is when 2 artists work together on either a song or a release, something like that. So the first one is by Gulch and Tsunami. They are 2 of the best modern hardcore bands. Gulch. The artwork was really, really cool for this. And it was cool. Gulch, sadly, as I have mentioned several times in the podcast, is breaking up. So this was like one of their last things they did. I know, sad day. The next 2 are really great. The first one is from my buddy Rob, also known as the Brobert Report on Instagram. And he got me this as a gift because this is the last bit of vinyl I did not have by the band See You Space Cowboy. But this is their split with the band's Second Grade Knife Fight. And oh my gosh, it's so good. These song names are absurd in I can't even tell you how many ways. I'll just read
Tell us one. Yeah.
For example, these are the See You Space Cowboy songs. I'm a transcontinental railroad, please run a train on me. Stop calling us Screamo. You don't understand, the liquor is calling the shots now, Randy Bobandy. And the last song is "You Can't Get Goose Justice in a Fox Court, Just Spit on the Judge." And then the songs by Second Grade Knife Fight. Some of these are more on the like offensive side, so I won't say everything.
Oh, okay.
But like who, what, when, where, why did you take my bug collection? There's no trust in this household. Don't tell me you like Monster Energy drinks because I'll break your kneecaps, mother effer. The Tanya Harding shuffle. My heart is broken.
Whoa. It was a little too much right there.
I know. We're saying the T word. We're saying the T name on the pod. My heart is broken, but I got to get my Jetta fixed ASAP. No time for tomfoolery. Glass vampires roam these darkened woods, fellas. Protect your neck. And the last one's very inappropriate, so I won't say that one. But yeah, this is very, very hard to find.
Are they Wu-Tang
And he got
fans?
me this. Sure, why not? I don't know if they're Wu-Tang fans.
Protect your neck. Isn't that like ODB or Wu-Tang for sure?
Do you realize who you're talking to?
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to identify that for you. But Second Grade Knife Fight, they're great. And Seaspicific was one of my favorite bands. And then the last one, which is an homage to an album you love, is by the band's Counterparts and Stray from the Path. And this was their release they did for a tour where they both covered songs that were related to movies. So Stray from the Path covered the song Movies by Alien Ant Farm. And then Counterparts covered the song Somebody Kill Me Please from The Wedding Singer.
Oh, nice.
And I've played this.
I've
played this so many times because it's just so good. But yeah, those are all mine. Protect your neck. See?
By the Wu-Tang.
You've heard it here first, everybody, on the Deadwax show. The group Second Grade Knife Fight is a fan of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yep.
Look at that.
Boom.
So the last part of our 7-inch discussion, Stooge.
Yes.
Are there any that you're in search of?
Yes.
That you would love to have someday?
So I would love to have whatchamacallit, Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine.
Absolutely.
That one right now on Discogs is going for $90.
Yikes.
So yep, that's out a little bit, just a little bit out of my price range.
For a single, yeah. It's a lot.
And then the other one I mentioned from Czarface. Let me find the actual name of it real quick. Man's Worst Enemy. Once again, it's one of those ones that comes with a comic, just like I showed you.
Oh, that's sick.
There's 5 currently on Discogs right now, and the lowest price is $75.
Oof.
So,
dang.
Once again, I wish I would have bought it when they were going for like 20, which just once again shows you. I mean, one, I think Czarface has grown in popularity a little bit over the last year or two,
for sure.
But 2, just how much record prices are inflating due to the demand for
absolutely.
So it's wild.
It's crazy how records can actually very much be an investment, and you can sell them for way more than you paid for them.
But I feel like, I don't know. It could be another Beanie Baby. It could be Beanie Babies too. That's all I'm saying.
You never know.
So
it's constantly going up and down, and you have to be smart about when you do things, because there's lots of people that say, "Oh yeah, this record, it's worth so much, so good," and then you price it and it's worth retail or whatever, just because it's old or something, and they think because it's old it's cool, or because it's limited it's cool. That doesn't mean anything. Like it's all about market stuff. It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
All right, Mussolini.
I am the Mussolini of the online vinyl community. I love that. I haven't taken as many lives.
Picture of you with like your fist on your hip and you're doing this.
Exactly. Because usually my fist is somewhere else.
Yes.
But the only 7-inch that I'm in search of, let me just grab this one, is by the band Koyo. They only have 2 7-inches. This one, and then I think that it's called like What Drives Out East, something like that. I don't know the name by heart. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm pretty new to the band Koyo, but
Koyo.
They've only put those 2 out, and that one's harder to find, and I can't find them, and I really want it. So there you go. So if you're listening to this and you really like me, send me one, and I'll send you a smile.
Wow, not above it.
I'll send you a smile. It'll be so good. You'll love the smile.
And pictures of his hole on the Koyo.
The regular sized hole. Yeah. Regular sized hole. All right. Is there anything else about 7 inches you want to go over, or any thoughts you had? that we didn't get out in time?
No. I think we covered 7 inches pretty well.
Washing my hands of these 7 inches.
There you go. Good job, Chris.
7 inches.
So.
Oh, that's 8.
What? You did 8?
Yeah, sorry.
So, because Green Day was the winner of the poll and is the 4th band officially added to the Deadwax Mount Rushmore of 90s alternatives, I figured, what the hell? Let's do some trivia on Green Day today.
Okay.
Let's see if I can turn around and do this.
You got this. Stretch those arms, baby.
There we go.
Heck yeah.
Boom,
Look at
Green
you.
Day. All right.
Love it.
So, Waffles, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. If you get less than 5 correct, you will be a Nimrod, my friend. But if you get 5 or more correct, you'll just be an American idiot. Okay?
You are so funny. You look at you coming up with these beforehand. Good job.
Investing my time wisely.
Exactly.
I need some more water. I feel like my voice.
You are fine to get your water because I'm getting my notebook out to take
What does it sound like?
It sounds like Busta Rhymes.
I wish I could talk like Busta Rhymes. I wish I could flow like Busta Rhymes.
Your next career venture, yeah.
Speaking of which, this week I bought 2 Busta Rhymes albums on vinyl.
Ooh, look at you.
Yep. Busta Rhymes.
Busting all the rhymes.
I love Busta Rhymes. Anyways,
Right,
are you ready?
I'm super ready.
Okay. Here we go. Question number 1. Can you name all the band members who are in Green Day?
Ooh, I certainly can. Billy Joe Armstrong.
Billy Joe.
Dirnt. And Trey Cool.
Very good. Those are like some of the funniest names. Dirnt.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always wondered if like they're all made up. I don't think Billy
probably.
Joe's, that's his real name either, but
like
I think they're all made up.
My name is Brent, and I feel like it's weird having the int in my name, you know? Can't imagine having it be in Dirnt.
Dirnt.
Dirnt's getting turned.
I love Green Day. Green Day's hilarious. Yeah.
That is 1 point for Waffles.
1 point to Waffles.
Here we go. This could be kind of a trick question.
Okay.
How many studio albums do they have?
The only reason I know this is because we went over it last week, and I cheated. So I wish I could tell you off the top of my head, but it's 13. You got it. Technically, yeah.
13 is technically the correct answer.
Yes, but they had 3 releases in 1 year, so we counted it as 11.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did count as 11. Because to skew your the average on yours.
Yep.
On your album sold worldwide.
Exactly.
Anyways, okay. Question number 3. How many Grammy nominations has Green Day received?
Ooh, I have no idea. I wouldn't guess they have very many. 5?
That is incorrect, my friend.
Oh, dang it.
They have received 4 times as many nominations.
They've received 20 Grammy nominations?
20 Grammy nominations.
I feel like that's crazy.
Yeah. They've been around for a while.
They've put out a lot of they have, but I don't feel like they've ever been like Grammy people. Well, there you go.
Grammys. They're Grammys.
They're Grammys, all right. They're Grammys in our hearts.
So now knowing that they've been nominated 20 times for Grammys, how many times do you think they've won?
6.
You should have stuck with your original answer.
Oh, it's 5?
It is 5, yeah.
Dang. That's not a great ratio.
I mean, still, they've won a Grammy.
They've won 5 Grammys, and I have not. I should not criticize.
Yeah. You've only won 5 Grammys?
Oh. I know. Can you believe? It's like do you remember they had the 5 Timers Club on SNL? It's the same thing. Like once you win 5 Grammys, you're in a new club. Yeah.
You get a jacket. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Which of their albums was made into a Broadway play?
American Idiot.
That is correct. How many Tonys? How many Tonys did that play win?
3.
It was nominated for 3. How many did it win? Though?
1.
It won 2.
Oh my gosh! I have the worst luck with guessing.
2-time Tony.
They got two time. That's hard to say. 2-time Tony winner.
2-time Tonys.
2-time Tony.
They call him 2-time Tony. Anyways, that could go a lot of directions.
I love it. Yeah. 2-time Tony with his regular sized holes. Yeah.
What year did Green Day enter the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
2016.
So freaking close. You're off by 1 year. I'll give it to you if you can guess. I'll give it to you if you can guess which year.
2017. If it's 15, I'm gonna scream.
It's 15.
Oh my gosh! How do I keep getting all these wrong? Dang it!
Well, I wouldn't know any of this stuff, so I would have guessed like 1999. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they wouldn't have done it then.
all
That's
right.
crazy.
What does Green Day mean?
Green Day is when you smoke weed all day, or it refers to April 20th. Yeah.
It is. It is when you smoke, when you get high and don't accomplish anything, basically
Yep.
all day.
Exactly. That was
That
always
is a
like, I
Green
don't know
Day.
about you. That was like when I was in junior high. That was always the joke. Like, do you know what Green Day means? Like, I feel like I heard that intro a billion times. But I also grew up
Okay.
in Utah, so people just feel the need to let you know things. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
They do feel that
Yes, they
need,
do.
don't they?
Yes, they do.
Like they send people around the world. Um,
Yep.
Here we go. Green Day made a cameo appearance in this 2007 animated film.
The Simpsons movie.
That is correct. All
Hey.
right. So how many of these have you missed? You missed like what, 2?
I have 5 points. So,
You missed like 4. Yeah, that's right. You missed a lot.
yikes.
Okay. So here you go. I'll give you 1 point for each of these that you get correct.
Okay.
I want you to name, let's see how many Green Day albums you can name, and let's see if you can try to do it in order.
Okay.
So starting
The
at
first one we decided that it was like, what was it, like 36 Crazy Fists or something like that? The one before Kerplunk.
It's 39 Smooth. So
39 Smooths.
well, you
So
missed
then,
that one.
yeah, I
So
missed
keep
that one
going.
for sure.
Okay.
Kerplunk,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dookie,
Yep.
and Insomniac,
Yep.
Nimrod,
Keep going.
Warning.
Yep.
Are we including international super hits? Or are we doing greatest hits?
This is discography, studio albums.
Oh, okay. So it's not then.
No.
So then after Warning would have been American Idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And then after American Idiot was 21st Century Breakdown.
Yep.
And then, oh man, this is where we get, because this is where
This
I
should
don't know
be
anything
easy.
they've
This
done.
should be easy.
Oh,
for you.
Uno Dos Tre.
Yeah.
And then what the newest one's called something so stupid. It's like the father or mother of all somethings.
So you missed one, but yes.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, you missed Revolution Radio.
Could not have told you that.
And then that came out in 2016.
Well,
and
there
then
you go.
Father of All Mother Truckers.
Mother Huggers. Well, there you go. So
came out
I missed 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed.
I love Green Day.
I probably would have been out after Nimrod.
Yeah.
Well,
like, I feel like because there's the golden age of Green Day, which was from Dookie to Nimrod, and then Warning. I really like Warning. A lot of people did not. And then American Idiot is where you get the divide of Green Day going super mainstream and a lot of people thinking this sucks, and then also lots of people getting into them because of that record. So
yeah,
it's complicated.
Yeah. I read when I was researching Green Day, like there's like a divide. Yeah, the punk community is like, oh, they sold out.
Yeah.
They're not punk. And then people be like, who cares? They're rich.
Absolutely. In fact, just a quick like plug for the history of punk rock. When you hit the Green Day years is when you really got to this divide of pop punk being the worst thing on the planet and pop punk being the best thing on the planet. And you had a lot of people that were fans of punk rock saying that pop punk is the death of punk. And so bands like Green Day, being the first of pop punk bands, were like hated by punk heads. And then you had all these kids that loved Green Day because it wasn't like the Descendants and the Ramones and stuff, but it was influenced by them. So Green Day is controversial back in like the 80s and 90s. And now we just love them for who they are. They're a bunch of dads at this point. So, whatever.
Yeah, they could be almost granddads.
The granddaddy of all mother huggers. Yeah.
With punk bands, like there's some stuff I can listen to, some songs. But in general, punk is just too noisy and chaotic for me to enjoy. So
and that's what I love about it.
And I think Green Day is great. Well, at least,
I love punk rock. I did a whole speech, a 25-minute speech in one of my college classes about the history of punk rock, and it was the funnest day of my life.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? That you can do stuff like that. Yeah.
In fact, I was telling somebody the other day about something I did in college. I was just on like a FaceTime call, and they were like, every time you tell me about college, I imagine some dude that's really uptight and he wears like a really, really like strong cardigan to class every day. And then you tell him about all these bands and he goes home and he ruins his whole life because you told him about these gross, crazy hardcore bands. And now he's like a homeless person somewhere. And I was like, Well, thank you.
That's hilarious.
In fact, great punk rock album, Behind My Head by Propagandhi. How funny is that?
Propagandhi.
Propagandhi is a fantastic band.
Speaking of music in college,
Yeah.
when I was working on my undergraduate degree in psychology, I had a cognitive psychology class, and we had to do develop our own like kind of experiment to use on the class. And so at the time, man, this is 10 years ago, and I'm still very immature, but 10 years ago, especially, like I was one of those people, the pop music is garbage. And it's anyways, now I'm like,
many of us
pop
are
makes
like that,
music, people like it, each their own. But back then, and I especially hated Lady Gaga. Like, I found her whole persona like pretentious and just obnoxious. And so I was like, you know what? I was the only guy in the group, and we were trying to, and there was like 4 or 5 other women, and I can't believe I convinced them to do this, but I was like, why don't we do an experiment to prove that Lady Gaga makes people dumber? And so what we did is we had two groups. One was a control, and one was, we do reading comprehension. We had group A, who did a reading comprehension where they had like 5 minutes to read like a short story and answer the questions, and they had nothing going on, absolute silence. And the group B, we had Lady Gaga music playing pretty loudly while they did the same thing. No significant difference, unfortunately, but
Oh, dang it. These findings could have been groundbreaking.
Well, one thing to kind of, battle our thing is like, we were doing research before we created our experiment, and there's research that's been done. Like, if you enjoy the music, whatever it may be, whether it's deathcore, whatever, they actually found that if someone enjoys the music they're listening to, it does help kind of improve their studying habits. So, anyways, so maybe they just all loved Lady Gaga. We should have asked that question
there you
too.
go.
But anyways,
we should go back and do a 10-year post study and see what happens. Good luck getting IRB approval, but yeah.
Anyways, it was a good time. So
nice, love it. Should we launch into our questions for today?
Let's launch into. Let's take a cautious step into it. Can we dip our toes? Can we like feel like how warm the water is before we?
Are you wearing a life jacket? You're wearing a life jacket.
I am wearing a life jacket, but
I'm gonna push you as hard as I can off the pier. Then.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're not just gonna dive. We're gonna be pushed into these questions.
All right.
And the first one is actually directed to you solely. So get ready.
Oh shoot.
I know the pressure's on. This is from Travis, also known as Nightwalker22 on Instagram, and he says, "Stooge, what is the heaviest band you listen to?"
Oh, that's a good question. The heaviest band I listen to and like enjoy, it depends who you think is heavier. It probably comes down to Slipknot or System of a Down.
Ooh.
So they're both pretty heavy. Yep. But when it comes to like that kind of music that I'll actually listen to and enjoy, I would love to have Slipknot albums. I've only ever seen one in the wild.
Good freaking luck. Yeah,
I know. There's only one I've seen in the wild, which is their most recent one. But like Slipknot, when they came out with their first album, does their first album have a name, or is it just called Slipknot?
The self-titled album?
Yeah. Okay, there you go. It doesn't have a name. Like, I love that album. Like, I would play before I was in high school. I was playing football. Before the game, boom, Slipknot's on my freaking Discman, because that's what we had back then.
Of course.
It was on my Discman, just getting pumped for the game. But yeah, honestly, I think that's one of those two, whichever one you think is heavier. That's about as heavy as I go. Bands, like, I've got Metallica. Even though Metallica is like heavy metal, I feel like Slipknot's more like intense. Than Metallica.
For sure.
I like Metallica. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've got the Black Album, but I feel like everyone does. It's like, Dark Side of the Moon kind of a record. Like
where it's one of those like you just gotta have it. Yeah,
you just have it.
For sure.
I'm trying to think. Besides that, like, I feel like Slipknot's still harder than Rage.
Rage. The thing is, with that kind of stuff, it's hard to determine who's heavier than one another because there's all kinds of ways to determine heavy. It's a very objective thing or subjective. Anyway, So it's hard to know like what's heavier, one or another. But those are all great answers.
Yeah.
Like Slipknot,
But
System of a Down, Rage, those are all great.
System of a Down, I have their whole discography on vinyl. Like
Yeah, same.
I definitely like System of a Down. I've never seen
Yep.
them live, but
Yeah, guess best of luck with seeing them live too, because I don't know if any of us will ever see them live.
I don't know. Aren't they doing a tour? I think, you know what? They were actually I want to say in Fresno last year, which is where I used to
You
live.
never know.
So,
Yeah,
anyways.
just with them, they're so hard. Just for those listening, the members of System of a Down do not like each other, and so they do these like occasional one-off shows or one-off tours, and sometimes
usually
they
a
don't
benefit.
last. Yeah, sometimes they don't last, or sometimes they don't show up. Like it's messy in the modern day System of a Down. Yeah,
It's too bad.
I've heard crazy stories.
All my favorite bands hate each other.
Yeah,
But I mean, I've got nothing against deathcore or any of those other kind of metal. It's just like I said, to me, it just sounds it's chaotic.
There's literal 1,000 styles of metal. Like there's all kinds of styles of metal, and determining how heavy something is, it's just opinion, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just like I said, it sounds like someone's kicking a cat, or it sounds like someone's puking. That's usually when I'm out, and that's just
how you
like,
know it's good. That's how you know it's good.
It's like I'm out. Anyway, so sorry to bogart the Q&A session. So
you're fine. This question comes to us from an account called Aaron and the Infinite Sadness, who's a super nice kid. His question is, what are your most frequently spinned records?
Why don't you go ahead and answer this first? I have to think about it for a second.
So the ones I would say I have spun the most, and there's no like reason. I don't have like I was going through such a tough time, so I listened to this on a loop or anything like that. I just think I've like pulled these ones out the most times. One is Slow Death by the band Carnifex. My jacket sleeve. Wow. The record jacket for that one's pretty much destroyed from how much I've pulled it.
What genre are they?
They're deathcore.
Should have
do you know what's so funny, Stooge? Is that, like I said, there's literally like 1,000 styles of metal out there, and I like pretty much all of them except for two. And I feel like I talked to you about deathcore more than anything. Anyway, the new Tiger's Jaw album that we talked about on the pod was my favorite album last year, and I listened to that one a lot. And then my other one I probably listened to the most times. I have listened to the record. Gosh dang, I'm thinking of so many. Here, do you have any? And I'll think of my last one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just thinking about it, the ones I tend to spend the most, and this is gonna be kind of funny, are my Czarface albums. And the main reason for that is sometimes my 8-year-old daughter will come down and listen to records with me, and if I ever let her make requests, she always wants to put on Czarface.
That is so funny.
So
I love that.
We'll put on Czarface, and I'll let my little 8-year-old listen to Czarface throw around some F-bombs and stuff, and I'd probably get canceled by the parenting community now, but
the parenting community,
which I'm a part of. Cancel myself. But yeah, honestly, those are probably the ones I spend the most, and that's part of the reason why.
I love that. The last one I was going to say is my very first record, Codes and Keys by Death Cab for Cutie, because when I got into records, that was like all I had for a minute, so I just listened to it on a loop for like years. So it's a great album, though. So I loved it. And then our last question, it comes from an account named Flip Flop Personal. And they asked, what is a grail in either of your collections? Which I'm assuming means a grail that we wanted, that we have obtained.
So I'm a huge fan of Flip Flop, so I love this name. And so mine would be, I think I've shown it a couple of times. It is my Led Zeppelin's Greatest Hits early days album.
Absolutely.
It's got all the greatest hits from the early, like the first 4 or 6 albums, and I want to say maybe the first 6. I'll find it here in a second when I turn it over to you. But I just love the album. It's got all like loaded with bangers because Led Zeppelin put out so many great songs. And then the cover has got the whole band dressed up in like astronaut outfits. With like a starry background. It's just, it speaks to me on so many levels that that's awesome. I had to have it, and I was able to get my hands on it last year thanks to Econo Jam Records. They're getting another shout out.
Heck yeah, I love that.
That is one of the girls that I have that had been in my want list for a while, but never really got it because, one, they're rare, too, they're usually really expensive. So
absolutely.
Anyways, yeah, you go ahead. What's one of yours?
I've gotten a bunch, but one that I got actually at one of our favorite record stores, Three Hive. I found it still sealed.
Oh, it's I know which one it is.
Yeah, I found this still sealed, and when I was there, I made a very loud gasp because I was so shocked I had it. And that is the South Park movie soundtrack.
You got it framed?
No, this is the record. So it opens
it
like
looks like
this.
it's in a frame. Oh, that's
yeah,
really
it looks.
cool.
It comes with a 40-page book. Let me show
Are
this
you
part.
serious?
And there's also this pop out of Terrence and Phillip. Yeah, dude, this
That's
is
so
everything.
cool.
So this has the soundtrack to the movie. It has this whole. Let me see if I can get it out real fast.
Is it like a
Sorry.
transformer? Like we're both like looking off camera right now.
I know this will be edited because this is annoying. Here we go.
No,
it has this whole giant book in it too that has all of the lyrics and pictures from the movie. I'm a humongous South Park nerd, so this was a record store day item years ago,
and you never got it.
I did not get it because I was not into South Park at the time.
What?
And I was just like, I'll be fine. And then I got into it, and I was like, this is so cool. And I was wondering how much these go for. These are easy $200. easy. And mine was sealed. That was the shocking thing, is it was sealed. So South Park movie soundtrack, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's like a holographic cover. It's not showing very well. Dang it.
No, I kind of see it. I can kind of tell.
Yeah,
like that.
Holographic cover. Super cool. Great movie.
I can't find mine. So.
Oh, no. What's yours?
No, I can't find it.
Before?
What's that?
The one you were talking about before.
Yeah, but I've shown it before, so it's all good.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you guys for asking those questions. We seriously love it. Like, ask away, because we love getting the questions. We love the bizarre things we get asked, whether they be appropriate or inappropriate. Please know that all of your questions do get seen by both of us.
Yeah, and like it doesn't have to be record related. You know, if you want to know what my favorite condiment is, like I'll let you know that stuff too, and you know how I like my pizza.
I don't think I know your favorite condiment. That would be a good question.
So we'll save it maybe for another time.
We'll have a condiment themed episode.
Okay.
Yeah. The Breadwax show.
The Breadwax? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that'll be the food version of the show. Yeah.
Sandwiches. That'll be our spinoff.
Sandwiches.
That's how you have to say it. Hey, have you guys heard this podcast? Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Yeah, the podcast is literally sandwiches with parentheses in Danny DeVito's voice. Sandwiches.
I'm the trash man. We're just
I'm the trash man. I come out and I throw trash everywhere. Quick shout out to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for being one of the best shows on the planet.
You know, just another tangent into my personal life here.
Yeah.
I was considering like starting to train, like because I've grown up loving pro wrestling, and I've got some friends in California who like I was friends with, or I'm still friends with them. Anyways, they are part of and run their own wrestling little company. It's very indie, you know. They have 100 people show up at shows. You know, it's nothing super big, but it's still something that they made and it's really cool. Anyways, I was thinking about maybe starting to train to become a wrestler, and like when I was thinking of ideas for gimmicks, like what would my wrestler be? I was thinking about being Hobo Jack is what I was going to call myself, and I was going to be like, I was going to have this whole arc where he's like homeless, and like he would come out and like, I just, you know, obviously this never panned out, and when I think about it more, it's like maybe a little offensive, but it's like, you know, come out and try to like ask people for food, and then like get into the ring and wrestle, and then eventually have this overarching thing where I eventually like make it big and become successful and rich, kind of like how Rocky did, you know.
Yes.
Super big and rich, popular, and then anyways.
Love it.
It's it just made me think about it, the trash man.
I imagine you go up on stage and you have like a bindle on a stick, and then you know you're looking all gross and whatnot.
I use it as a weapon.
Exactly. And then like you swing it around, it's got like bricks inside of it.
So I was also thinking about having a move, like I would jump off of one of the ropes, and it would be called the dumpster dive.
That's awesome.
And there's this, it was going to be homage. There's this one wrestler, you might have heard of him, Mick Foley. he's like super hardcore. Like he used to like do all these like Japanese death matches, like where like there's like blood and explosions and barbed wire. Like he was like hardcore to the point where like his body's really messed up.
Oh no.
Anyways, it was going to be an homage to him. He used to have a character named Cactus Jack, and his Cactus Jack character was the really hardcore one. So mine was Hobo Jack, but I would be the opposite of hardcore. Like I wouldn't take like I wouldn't do super scary moves or anyways. You'd have to be a wrestling person to kind of understand, but he would be the antithesis of Cactus Jack. So
I love it. You should do it still.
Oh yeah.
Prepare yourself.
Yep. I can't even run up the stairs. How am I gonna?
You don't have to run upstairs. Just do everything else.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I just
let us know
5 minutes of everyone's life.
Hey, should that be like our thing to put in the comments? Is Cactus Jack?
I was gonna put Hole, but
put Cactus Jack. If you made it this far in the episode, either comment below Cactus Jack or like DM us or comment on the post or whatever. Just say Cactus Jack.
Why you gotta DM us? Just comment on the video.
Just DM me and say Cactus Jack.
And then put in parentheses Hole after that.
Exactly. In honor of Courtney Love.
Yes.
Anyway.
In honor.
Anything else you want to say on the pod here on this day?
No, nothing I can think of. I think we had a pretty good episode there. What's your shirt say? Ding Wish?
Dying Wish.
Oh, Dying Wish.
Ding Wish.
Looks like a DING.
We have to start a band called Ding Wish. I love Ding Wish. That's so funny. That's freaking hilarious. I love it. Ding Wish.
Ding Wish.
Ding Wish is like, it sounds like Dingbat mixed with like Dying Wish. It sounds like Ding Wish. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. If you want to listen to our band, we're known as Ding Wish on Spotify and Bandcamp. I will say though, for all those who made it this far, next week we have a very special episode with a very special guest. So be tuned in because it's going to get crazy.
Is that how you tune in?
Get your antennas ready to go. That's something different, dude. That is something completely different. Best of luck to you. Yeah, see. That wasn't on purpose either, everybody. We didn't practice that. As always, please follow us on social media. We are the Deadwax Show on Instagram and TikTok. Maybe the other platforms someday. We'll see.
Twitter. We're on Twitter.
We're on Twitter. That's right. If Chris gets his stuff together, maybe something else. But please follow us. And then this is where you can ask questions. This is where you can find about new episodes. This is where you can harass us for our stupid memes and stuff we post. So please follow us there.
And the polls. Don't forget the polls.
The polls. There's going to be one about this episode.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Make sure to vote Center Brownies.
Or Edges. Vote with your heart. Vote with your heart and not with your pants. But yeah, vote because this is an important one for sure. We need to find out which of us is right. Which of the two brothers is correct. That's what this poll is based on.
When you say vote with your heart, not with your pants, are you thinking like someone's going to Jason Schwartz the brownies or?
I don't know. Do you remember that TikTok I posted where I grabbed the record with my butt? That's how you vote with your pants. Yeah.
That was a good one. I was jealous.
Thanks, of my butt? Or
no, I didn't think of that.
Oh, see,
mine was dumb,
though, which is way funnier. No, and yours is probably like way easier to film. Mine took way longer than it needed to. Nothing's worse than making a stupid TikTok that takes like an hour to make.
Now, how did you do it? Did you like bend over and stick your hand through your pants, or did you just take them off and stick it? Did you just take them off and
actual ass? Yep.
That's what you need to do more TikToks about making TikToks.
Ooh, that's very
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a video of me going like this. You're so good. Damn it, Chris. You're such an idiot. You did that stupid, you freaking idiot. Like, yeah. Because that is what my filming process is like. Anyway, thanks for everybody who listened. As always, you can find us on YouTube. Please subscribe to us. Or you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Because you should listen to us. We're great. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your postmaster about the Deadwax Show and all of your vinyl friends. Because we're the best of the vinyl community. And that's
wow.
And that's on period. That's on period. And there it is. As always, everyone, get out of the group and get into the Deadwax. I did it backwards this time.